Tuesday morning. Welcome back to LTL Live. I want to welcome everybody back into obviously the live show. It is December 14, 2023. Today we're going to get into Brent Kopacka body cam footage part 2. I released part 1 the other day and I did a live stream on part 1. We're going to do part 2 today, obviously. And then right after this video, I'm going to release part 2 to the general public. So if they don't want to listen to my annoying commentary, you can go over and check that out on your own. Just wanted to talk a little bit about a few things before we get into it. I want to talk a little Idaho 4 really quick, Brent Kopacka really quick. I just wanted to talk about some different ways that you can support me as well too. So let's just do this first. I was actually on my lunch break at work yesterday and just checking out some of the various true crime feeds. And I saw that JLR did a video on 1122 King Road and talked about potentially this week or sometime in the very near future that Brent Kopacka's defense team, his investigators, are going to go back into 112 King Road. And that leads me to believe, and like I said, I was talking about this the other day, it leads me to believe that, and I don't know how I missed this, that back on Halloween, remember when the prosecution's investigation team was back in the house on Halloween, that possibly they came across some new forensic evidence. And what leads me to believe that here is, if you look here in the latest court document, this is a temporary order sealing stipulation in order for transfer evidence of forensic evaluation pending a hearing. And then after that is there was another order that was put in about this particular piece of evidence as well. So the question is, and I saw this on JLR. JLR was talking about this. And the question is, did they find new evidence at that home? You know, the prosecution team. Now, is the defense going to go back in, take their own notes, their own photographs, whatever it may be, and investigate on their own as well, too? So another thing that leads me to believe, where a lot of people say that, you know, there's nothing in this case, there's no evidence, there's no, you know, this, that, they don't have any files, you know, they don't have a big case against Cobra. I have to disagree. As we've seen, as this has kind of gone on through the court process in the last, I don't know, year or so, we've seen, you know, at least 10 to 12 motions for discovery. That tells me that there is a huge file in this case. And I know that we're all chomping at the bit until this gets into court, if it ever gets into court sometime this millennium. But I know that we're all chomping at the bit, and I know that we're all chomping at the bit to hear that opening statement. I think it's going to be very revealing. I think it's going to be very telling. And, you know, I just go back to this. As Brent Kopacka, as we know right now, was an innocent man. He is just only accused of these crimes. But if it was myself and I was in jail and I was accused of a quadruple homicide, that I'm saying that I'm looking forward to being exonerated of all charges, I would be screaming at the top of my lungs, you have the wrong man. I shouldn't be here. I'd be talking to every media outlet that I can. I would be putting myself out there forward and present. So it's very strange. It's strange activity. I don't know. If I was just picked up erroneously in the middle of the night and you know, cops kicking in my door and arresting me, and I didn't have anything to do with this, sorry, I'd be probably one of the most vocal people standing on the highest mountain that I could, screaming at the top of my lungs saying, I didn't do this. It wasn't me. And this is why. And the alibi itself of the driving around alibi, in my opinion, is very, very weak. So I think Mr. Kopacka is going to be up against a huge uphill battle in this case. But again, it's my opinion. You may disagree. And, you know, we'll leave it at that. Okay. I just wanted to share something with you really quick. As you know, that I'm trying to become a full-time YouTuber, and I'm using a service now called Buy Me a Coffee. It's a different way that you can support me. It gives more financial control back to the creator. And this here, you can go on to my homepage. I have the link tapped up above, or pinned up above. And what you can do is, if you go on the landing page, over here is the options to buy a coffee. It's nice. It shows all this publicly, so we can go on and actually thank the supporters. Right now I have 28 supporters. You can go into here as well too, and these have different levels of memberships. And as I kind of navigate through this, I'm going to do different tiering in here and special things for the people that want to become monthly members. Now, I just want to make this very clear. There's two different memberships here. I have a membership on Buy Me a Coffee, but I also have memberships here on the LTL True Crime Podcast. You can see that below on that little $sign down below. If you want to join a membership that gives you access through YouTube, if you do one through there, it gives you access to all our backroom membership streams. Now, you can support me here on Buy Me a Coffee, but you can support me also on YouTube. If you want to do like a small membership here, you can do that. And my memberships on YouTube only start at $1.99, and that will give you access to all our members only streams. Another thing that we're doing as well too is in the shop, there's obviously documents that come along with this. I'm allowing you to go in and purchase these if you don't want to do your public records request and maybe wait weeks or months to get this information. My assistant and I took almost 2 months, almost 3 months of inquiring to get the Brent Kopacka file. It finally is redacted, and we are going to get file dumps every Tuesday. So there is, from what I heard, over 200 hours of body cam footage. But if you don't want to wait for me to read through the document, which I will be doing on my next stream, you can just go over here, $8, buy it, download it, digital download, and it'll be yours. So again, just different ways that you can support directly here, LTL True Crime Podcast, and it gives 95% of financial control back to the creator. And my goal is by the end of 2024 to become a full-time YouTuber. So just had to throw that in here. Again, I feel very uncomfortable talking about financials, but it's a part of the reality of what we do here and what I'm trying to do here. And just make my dream come true. This is not something that I just turn on casually and do. I put a lot of work into doing this. I now have an awesome assistant, Carrie H. That's my top moderator in here. She helps me with a lot of the legal paperwork behind the scenes, and it's not easy. This is not easy, and it's not easy to do this and try to push your channel and get ahead and start attaining these files and building those relationships with the clerks in the police, these police offices. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of sourcing, and it's a lot of building relationships. And I just urge creators, if you're going to push your channel and not make it a casual thing, and turn it into a passion, I urge you, go out and do these things. Some of these creators that I see, and I don't want to really get stuck on this today, but a lot of these creators I see is like, they're home 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and they stream for 6, 7, 8 hours a day. Instead of doing that, knock off an hour on your schedule, do a public records request. You have the right to do that. Learn how to do it. Get ahead of the game. Elevate your channel. I have no problem with people using my material. That's fine. Reach out to me. Just say, hey, do you mind? I'm a very fair guy in this. Super, super fair. But it's tough for me because, you spend 3 months trying to build a relationship with these clerks. You spend 3 months of filing all this paperwork. You do a quick drop to elevate your channel, and someone's grabbing it in 5 seconds and they're live streaming it. It's kind of like a kick in the face. If you want to work something out with me, I'm super fair. Just give me a heads up ahead of time. I'll just say yay or nay, and I get it. This is all, people can come on here and just grab your stuff. And as long as they're commentating over it, I get it. I get that. I get it. But let's just, let's be a little bit more creator conscious. That's all I ask. I'm super, super fair in this. I want everybody to excel. This is my passion. I work 50 hours a week at my daytime, nighttime job. And then I put probably 50 hours a week into this channel. So I'm working about 100 hours a week, and I'm trying to make this channel the best that it can be. I want this to be a fully functional, independent media channel by the end of 2024. And I'm going to do everything I can to get to that goal. And I am super supportive of other creators, but just reach out to me. Give me a heads up. I'm totally cool with that. Totally cool with it. Hey, do you mind? I'm just going to probably say no, as long as you do X, X, and X. So all good. I don't want to spend too much more time on it. Thank you for the emails that I've received. I appreciate it. I have no problem. Let's just move forward. Everybody again can can thrive in their own space. I urge everybody to be, you know, amazing creators on their own platforms, but let's just be a little bit more conscious. You know, I do the best that I can when I pull a source up to quote it, and I'm sure you are as well. And I'm not accusing anybody of that, but let's just be a little bit more creator conscious. So anyway, get into those public records requests. You know, I'm learning the process. If you want to elevate your channel, do it. Go ahead, do it. I encourage you. All right, let's move on here. I don't want to spend too much time on that baloney. Again, if you want to support me again, you can support me up above. Okay, let's move on here. Brent Kopacka, part 2. Let's do it. Here we go.
Oh, 406.
I think it's at the far end.
If there's any available WCPD units, if they could respawn from the Bishop side and park near this unrented building and walk in.
Remember, these are the ones down here. It's the pair numbers down the other end there.
Yeah, this is
I want to recognize this. I had a couple donations come in. I had one come in through Buy Me a Coffee. Carrie H, thank you so much for the dono. I appreciate that. And Jeff H, thank you so much for the Cash App donation. I appreciate that. All right, we'll keep moving on here. Brent Kopacka, part 2. What we're watching here is the first responding officers to this call. So we had the first body cam footage. This is going to be obviously the second on the officer. I have to warn everybody, a lot of it is redacted. And the reason being is when they get into the building and they approach Brent's apartment, 311, they go to the adjacent apartment at 305 and knock on that door and ask the homeowner if they can just duck in for cover. A lot of it is probably when the officer turns and they show the interior of the house, it's going to be redacted. We're still going to hear audio. So again, this might be a little bit boring, but we're going to start building up as we get these record dumps every Tuesday. That's the commitment that I have from Pullman, Washington Police Department. We have a site that we can log into, and they're doing dumps for us. So it's going to build. We're going to get to the full case file. Again, this is probably going to take until March as the manual labor to sit down and actually redact all these documents. It takes a while. It takes a while. So let's keep playing through. I don't want to try to get too many interruptions in this because I need to get through this. But we'll do this. All right, here we go.
1,000, assuming that they got that part right.
Yes. No, I mean, as far as the apartment numbering, like,
I think so, yes.
go ahead.
Yes, I see the police.
All the way at that end.
So if you go up those 3 flights of stairs and you go to the left, it's 311.
Is it in the middle of the building or like one end?
It's in the middle, 311. It's 311. So.
Okay, thank you, Anna.
Is it on?
For some reason, and I don't want to be like rude here, but some reason I always, when I hear 311, it's always like the band goes off in my head. Because because it's just so synonymous, obviously, with that band. But
On this side of the building? Or the
311, I
opposite?
start hearing like songs playing in my head.
It's down that way. Yeah, down that way. If you go up these stairs to the third floor, it's to the left.
Can you see the windows to it from here, or is it on the other side of the building?
So I think you see that third window. I believe it's over there.
Okay.
So if you go up these stairs, third flight,
Okay.
you take a left. It's the first one on the left. What's apartment?
It's the third one down, second or third one down.
So we're looking at it right here, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and move around to this side of the building, please. Nope, we just got here. So
Thank you, Dilly.
So the last couple of hours that escalated.
447406. They're saying the windows overlook the parking lot side towards Main. Also, they're not entirely sure which windows belong to that apartment.
what's your other roommate's name?
I believe they're describing it being between the two stairwells.
Another roommate inside, possibly like hiding in his room. This guy says that Brent specifically said, I'm gonna, he's saying all sorts of crazy stuff. He's got a rifle and said, I'm gonna shoot you guys in 5 minutes.
So we need to go.
Yep.
47, come to us.
Hey,
We
do you have
need to
keys?
move in. Walk to him, don't shout.
Give me the keys to your apartment.
So ours is a door building.
Move. Armed subject, ready to shoot the other roommate in like 5 minutes.
Show me your hands. Step out here. Step out here. When it's a bedroom.
So this is redacted, which is strange because I want to say on the first video, if I remember, they actually showed the interior of the apartment. So I don't know why this got redacted. I don't know. It's kind of weird because I remember in the first video, I think that it wasn't redacted. But again, I have to compare I mean, these videos are really long, like an hour and a half. So I'll have to go back and look. But a lot of this because it's showing the interior of the apartment.
Police department, hands up. Slowly come to the door. Do it now.
Pullman police, come on out. Hands empty. Do it now.
You want to have a seat?
Yeah, I believe so. He did not go into the one on the right. He went straight ahead.
And for sure not in the A behind us.
For sure. Heidi asks for everyone to come to the front door of this apartment.
We need all units to come to 311 top floor. Hands up!
Hands up. Hands first. We hear you. Okay.
Hands where we can see them.
Is he coming out of the foot?
Head.
No,
No.
wait. Hold on to the dog. Heidi, take them out to the hall.
Move. Go.
Go with your dog. Hold on to your dog and go to the
Hold on
hall.
to your dog. Do not let go.
Heidi, get back.
Get him back. You, black guy, move. Get out.
Go. Out the hall. Out the hall. Back up to the hall.
Move. Yep, we're gonna back out. Then nobody else.
Everybody out. Confirm with him there's no one else in here. I think that's where your guy
Your
came
other
from.
roommate said that this roommate is making threats to kill you guys and he's got a rifle.
Is there A, B, and C, or is there a fourth one?
I know it's not a rifle, it's a pistol, and he's been acting like this for quite a while.
Okay.
At this point,
Which room is he in?
Room
He's in room A.
Roommate.
So the room right off to the right.
He's in this one over here? Okay.
So
What-
that's my door right there, room A is just right on the other side.
All right. Heidi, can you take him down to his roommate in the parking lot? And
You want me to take him down?
yes, this guy right here.
Okay, come down.
So I think there's 3 bedrooms and a bathroom,
All right.
which means I think our suspect's the only one in here, which means
I
I think
believe
we
so.
should back out.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do this right here. Stay.
Hey, so you guys have a shield or anything like that? Do you have anyone on the radio who can go get one?
No, we're gonna do our.
So, one of you, I want one of you to come up the other stairwell and come up behind us. And the other one, go relieve Heidi so she can get a shield. Just a second, you cover the door, I got it.
So confirm we've got everybody else out.
Now, I'll be honest. I mean, when we watched the first video, towards the end of the video, I was a little bit critical in the sense of that I felt like there could have been a little bit better of some training opportunities. And I get it. It's a very active, fluent situation where things are constantly changing. I'm going to be curious to understand more as we get more of the body cam footage and the case file. I mean, the case file is 75 pages long. I haven't read through the entire thing. I've read through portions of it, and it's essentially all of the officers making their account in their witness statements as to what they did or learned on that day or the situations they went through. That's what's the first part of the file. So I was honest when I saw the first video. It felt like to me there could have been some better training opportunity. This is a very extremely sensitive situation. I can't make a total determination until I see everything. And, I'm going to leave it all up to you as well to talk amongst yourselves here in the chat and put out things, what you feel might be your feelings, in this. Again, I was honest the other night. I felt like through the first video that there could have been a little bit better of a training opportunity there. So I don't know how this is going to escalate. Obviously, we haven't heard any shots fired inside of the apartment. I'm not sure what their policy is when they start hearing shots fired. But we're going to learn about that. And that's why I wanted to do this. I wanted this to make this a learning opportunity for everybody to see how these situations are handled. And I don't know, is there going to be a civil trial on the other? Probably, yeah. The Kopacka family probably has a civil attorney, and they may go after Pullman Police Department. I'm sure they are. This man's life was lost. And, as we find out more about Brent, that's obviously not involved in the Idaho 4 murders. So I want to squash that theory right away. That's why I'm doing this. So we can look at the full case file and see was he investigated in the Idaho 4 murders. Obviously, the case is now concluded. Everything is being put out to the public. There's certain things that they are going to redact to protect information about people that are still in these videos. And I want to know. I want to know what happened. And I think everybody should know, because this guy, you know, again, I'm not going to make any excuses for Brent for the language, disgusting language that he used on that day. It's not something that I use, and I would hope that it's not something anybody in this chat would use. I cannot make excuses for that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go back to my first live, and I pulled up the police report, and we read through some of that language. It was very offensive. It's things that I don't enjoy reading, and I cannot make any excuses for that. But what I can say is that this decorated military man that served our country, a Purple Heart recipient, has had his name essentially dragged through the mud. Now, I know it's a very interesting situation because you have some very strong language that came out of his mouth in a given situation, but you also have a decorated officer too. I don't know how to handle the both of them, I'll be honest with you. But I just want to make it very clear that Brent Kopacka had nothing to do with Idaho 4. I mean, obviously, if it did, it would be a big breaking news story, and we would have heard about it. But that's why I wanted to do this, and that's why I wanted to bring this forward to everybody. Now, you can criticize Brent all you want. I've made my determination about Brent, you know, in my own mind. And, you know, that's why we do this. We have this public open forum for you all to conversate about it, for you all to give your opinions, for you all to leave your opinions. So I'm just bringing the case file forward. That's all I wanted to do in this situation. So let's keep playing through here, and we'll go forward.
We're just trying to confirm that we have everybody out except the armed subject. Oh, 406.
You know, and I want to make it very clear. I don't condone any of the language that came out of Brent Kopacka's mouth at all. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, the language that was said. I'm not him. You know, I am not him. And thank God I'm not him, because I would never use language like that. And I hope everybody in this chat would never use language like that. But we'll move on here. I think I've made my point.
We could activate SWAT. We need people to respond for a barricaded man with a gun. So I saw his back and his waist. I did not see his hands or a gun.
Okay. The roommate down in the parking lot was very specific. He said it was rightly held his hands up like this.
So I did not see any weapons at all.
Okay.
So you can holster and kind of relax a little bit.
Yeah.
If something happens, you're going to be our hands person.
Okay.
So we were.
As long as we want to start knocking on doors, getting neighboring apartments out.
I'm gonna kind of brief him and orient myself to this real quick.
Okay.
So as far as we know, we've got only the guy with the gun left in the apartment. One roommate said rifle, another roommate said handgun. Complainant roommate said that the guy with the gun said he was going to start killing his roommates in 5 minutes, which is why we came up here.
Among other crazy things.
I saw a male in a gray sweatshirt. I saw his back and his left side. I did not see his hands or a weapon.
Okay.
And then he went into the bedroom. So what we're trying to confirm right now is that everybody's out of that apartment except for that guy.
Gotcha. I'd at least like to get this one.
I'm thinking that same thing. So you covered the door.
SJ Howard, thank you so much for the dono through Buy Me a Coffee. I appreciate that. Thanks for the 15. I appreciate that.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, my.
Can we come in for a minute?
Sure thing, sir.
Okay. Aaron, step in.
Yep. I'm gonna back up with you guys.
Yep. Wade, you can back into this door. So what we need you to do is to kind of shelter in place And if you could be out in this living area and as far away from this door as possible.
Sure thing, sir. Is there anybody else in the apartment with you? Nobody else in the apartment? Okay.
Okay. So I'm Sergeant Harris.
What's your sir?
The situation we're working on right now is one of the occupants of top of the hall is reported to have a firearm and was threatening to shoot people.
Not good.
So we're just going to keep you here and safe.
Okay.
Are you good with that?
Yes, sir.
Do you mind us using your apartment space here?
I mean, we can hear that.
Thank you.
Now, again, a lot of this is going to be redacted because they're showing the inside of the apartment. We're still going to be able to hear the audio, and it's going to be very similar audio to what we heard in video 1, because obviously these officers are standing side by side. And I just want to make a reference to someone that had emailed me trying to spin a conspiracy. And listen, I know there's going to be a lot of conspiracy theories that get spun off these videos. I'll have my determination after I see everything, okay? And I will call out shit on these videos that I may say that's wrong in my opinion, or maybe they could have done this better, or maybe this happened or something. I will call it out. I'm not going to hold back. But someone was making an interesting comment about the 10-minute mark in the first video when they actually go into Brent's apartment to sweep through, and they get the roommates out, and Brent had peeled off into the right-hand bedroom. I think that's bedroom A. And they said, well, did you see? There's no pictures on the wall, and there's no furniture in the apartment. And I'm like, you have to keep in mind, a lot of the people that occupy this space in this building are students. Let me ask you a question. When you were in college, how much furniture did you have in your house? And I don't know what the policy is here at these apartment buildings as far as putting things on your wall. I'm a single guy. I don't have a lot of stuff on my walls, but you know, I look in the fact of maybe it's a policy of their apartments, because there's so many people that move in and out of those apartments. They don't want stuff on the walls because it creates too many holes in the walls and damage the walls. Maybe that's their apartment policy. I don't know. But I do know, I think when they first open the door, in front, I think, is a fireplace from what I can see. So I just think it's goofy stuff to hash over. I think they were getting at the fact that this was staged, and I'm like, come on, you know, like, come on. We have a black and white file here. We have video cam footage. We're gonna see the whole thing here. We're gonna know what's gonna happen. So I digress. Let's move on.
Let's see.
Exactly, Janet.
Yep.
The adjacent ones probably be good to be back at least.
Are you comfortable where you're at?
I'll be okay. I'll keep the door open and work.
Okay. So if you want to step forward and let us out, we'll work on that. Now you can step back in.
Oh, I gotta mark this. I gotta make a good thumbnail out of this part right here for my part 2 video.
Yes, but that's a lower priority. Maybe you can have the CR unit work on that.
Part 2 will drop right after this if you don't want to hear my commentary. Again, if you want to hear the videos, just reach out to me. Give me an email. Let's talk live podcast@gmail.com. Let's work something out. I'm very fair in the sense of this. And I urge you, as a creator, start putting in a little bit more work to your channel. You can approve this stuff through the Freedom of Information Act. Maybe someone will get out ahead of me and get the whole file. I don't know. Excuse me.
Lights are off in here. I kind of think 310 is vacant. Okay.
lights, no answer at 310.
Okay.
I'm gonna leapfrog in front of you.
Copy.
Okay. You want to confirm that we're on the top floor? We don't have to worry about anything.
Jesus.
Okay, so this stairwell, first door on the left. So if you want to try to, the people directly below, if they have a place to go, that would be good because I can't really say where he's going to be at in the apartment. So if they have a place to evacuate to for a while, that'd be awesome. Wade,
Yes.
coming back. So left of us is a stairwell. Right of us appears to be vacant. Next one to your left on our side appears to be vacant. And Aaron's working on down below.
And nothing above us, right?
Nothing above us.
So I did get fairly minimal statement from dude down there based on the situation. Once we get more assets in place, we should probably pull her from both roommates.
Did you talk to Graveyard yet?
I haven't done anything on that.
Graveyard OIC 406.
Excuse me.
How many do you have working? Copy. We need all of you but one at 1,000 lay top floor.
I was unable to immediately twist that thing and make sure the door is locked. Use that extra second. I'm not sure if there's a lock on the electronic keypad. I'll let you check that.
If you're able to bring both, but one would be good.
If you watch the door, I can check this guy's keypad, see if it's possible. And then for these locks, how do we get them to lock in the exterior? Copy that. Military? Okay.
Yeah, just pack up. Go around and come up in here. Which 4 did he say?
6'4", 6'7", 46, and
Excuse me.
and cannot remember who the fourth was.
Okay. Four 406. Can you call my work cell? Copy. The complainant should be somewhere at the north end of the parking lot, or
Red SUV.
towards Benoit, and a red SUV also. If you can work on getting as much background info as you can there. So I'll have you go ahead and draw to a guard position. And I'm going to go inside here. Got a question for you. Do you happen to have a whiteboard or a big piece of paper?
Small pieces of paper.
Okay. Yeah, just 8.5 by 11 would be great.
Back in the apartment, 305.
Yellow's fine too.
There's no plans full, but that's the pieces of paper.
Okay. No, I got it. Thank you.
Excuse me. You hear him writing something out on that paper or grease board. I think it's paper he got.
When you guys coming to the third floor, make sure you come in south stairwell, division side.
Wade,
Yes.
the bedroom with the dog, which way did the door swing?
I believe it was a left-hand knob, right-hand hinge.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got it back. Of course, it's closing.
Just a second. I got it.
Mm-mm.
Home 406. If you could close Pullman is there for my call, have everybody else go to Sierra.
Excuse me. No, it is not. She had the state police file. This is from Pullman. This is from the first responding officers on the scene, the very first call. And I will be getting all of the footage all the way through the entire call from the Pullman Police Department view. And we're working on getting the state police file as well, too. Yeah, it's exactly what they were doing, just drawing out a plan of the apartment to let everybody know. Good observation. Again, a lot of this video in the second one is redacted. And I'm pretty sure because it's redacted, because they're inside 305, the apartment, and ducking cover in there. So they don't want to show the interior of the department. But we'll at least be able to hear the audio. That's why we want to do this and get that out here. I know it might not be as exciting for everybody, but it is part of the file. And we will get to the more interesting parts later here as they come through every Tuesday for LTL True Crime Podcast. All right, let's keep playing through. Pullman was the lead in the investigation. That's why it took the longest to get all of the information out.
No.
Good. Good.
Okay. Some more pop the shield against that door opposite us, and then we'll keep it in front of us.
Give me a second. Let's just slow down just a minute. Go again. We also have a door code, but the more options, the better. Okay.
Standing face level, lean against that door, ballistic protection.
311 311. Give me a minute. I'm been a while near later. Can we use
use one of your chairs? Just say. Wade,
Yes.
would you like it the bottom of the shield on the floor or the bottom of the shield on a chair?
On a chair, I would like it somewhere like face chest level. Standby.
Just a second. Can you hold this for me? Can you answer that for me? Just slide across. Talk to him.
Yes, sir.
No, I want those hooked over. I don't know.
Brent.
Yep. Okay. Wade, step forward. I'm going to go through to your right.
Yes, it is. You have the top right here. I'll give it to you. He's got it. Hold on just a second.
Hello? That's okay. What's up? Yes. Uh, so everything changed a little bit ago because we got the roommate out. So it's just the bad guy in the apartment. So unless he starts shooting at somebody other than us, we're not going anywhere.
Now, I think that's where you're going to hear where the situation changes. And from what I've read in the report is that Kopacka started to shoot. That's what escalated the situation. Now, I don't know what got him to start shooting, but we will find out. And when I have more time to read through the case file, I can. And again, if you want to get ahead and read the case file of the file that we have so far, I'll drop the link right now. You can go to my shop. You can download a copy of it for yourself. I'll drop the link there. It's $8 to attain a copy. You'll be ahead of the game. I'm going to be reading. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but we'll go through some of it here on stream. But if you want to get ahead, there's your opportunity. You can download it yourself. It's a PDF file, 75 pages. Read through the case file yourself. That's it. All right, let's keep playing.
No. So one of the roommates said he had a rifle and said he was going to shoot his roommates in 5 minutes. And the other roommate said he had a handgun and has been acting like this for a while. I don't think so. So if you, until I get more resources here, if you want to use Shane as a point of contact, and I'm having SWAT stage on Benawa near Latah. Thank you. I get another call. Hello. So we're across the hall in 305. So yeah, so you can come up the stairwell, but come up the stairwell closest to Bishop. So
All I got was that he might be schizophrenic. This guy that talked to me, he has mental health issues himself, and so he recognizes a lot of the same things in him that his roommate does. A lot of slurred speech,
oh, okay.
a lot of hallucinations, and he does drink a lot.
So you're still there with the complainant?
He left. I just talked to him on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a very community knows nothing about it.
And you've got a phone number for our suspect?
I have no idea.
Okay. Okay. So if you want to come up to us, come up the stairwell at the Bishop Inn. Thank you. Yes. Shane?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brock, are you good to stay here? Do you have gear for outside? So the two of you, one thing that we're not controlling is the parking lot, and I don't know if he's going to be motivated to shoot down at the parking lot. But if you can, I don't know what they did to block off people coming into it, but we've also got people who are coming and going from the apartments. So I just want to keep them away from the area below 311.
Okay. Just stay out right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
With behind covers.
Cindy B, thank you so much for becoming a supporting monthly member on Buy Me a Coffee. I really do appreciate it. You joined the $5 tier level. Thank you. And listen, it's less than a price of a cup of coffee. You know, what is a Starbucks coffee now? $8, $9, $10 for a small. I don't know. I don't drink coffee, but oh, he doesn't drink coffee. I remember that comment. He's using Buy Me a Coffee. People don't understand. This is like Patreon. But I appreciate the support. And as things get rolling, I'm going to be sourcing a lot of things through Buy Me a Coffee as well for members. So I promise you that. I'm going to try to set something up today for the members that join. So if they want to download the PDF file, they can and get ahead of it and read through it if you'd like to do that. I want to start giving those perks to the members over here on Buy Me a Coffee. But thank you. Buy Me Coffee is such a great site. It gives 95% of financial control back to the creator themselves. Unlike YouTube, where they like to take 30% and then nails with taxes and all that. Obviously, you have to pay taxes on Buy Me a Coffee, but it gives us more into being able to do this and support this channel and do the things that we do. I mean, this is time and money to do this stuff. You know, I don't have an $8,000 computer, but I have a very nice one. You know, it helps support that the time, you know, the time that we put into this, time that we put into putting these presentations together, coming on live on air. It does help. It truly does help, and it helps support. I mean, the StreamYard costs me like $600 a year, so I can just filter that back in, and it makes it a self-running channel. And I appreciate that. Getting these documents requests, the things that I use for my graphics videos and all that. So it truly does support the channel. And I'll tell you, I don't. People say, "Oh, you make all this great money and this big money." This literally everything that goes into this just self-sustains the channel, so it can get up and running. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, we'll keep playing through here. Fucking money.
Hey, Ruben.
Yep.
When you advise people to, when you advise people to come up the stairwell, you also advise them to like announce themselves or something to let me know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Kayla and work on the search warrant. I'm gonna get it quickly. Does that work for you? Or do you want a search warrant as quick as possible?
Yep. Thank you.
I know you know to do that, but other people have been coming up not doing that. So
Good job using your flashlight.
talking to me or him.
One of the times he came back up, he flipped his light around the corner first. Did that for a while.
Excuse me.
Chair just to get it up higher.
So the
I'm concerned if he starts doing something weird and shooting around.
stand by.
Hello. So, sorry, go ahead. So, I'm going to give you a little bit of intel right now. So we're at 1000 Latah. Suspect is in 311. So it's the top floor, and 311 overlooks the main street side of the building. So when you come to Benoit and Latah, you're going to be on the opposite side of the building of the suspect. Wade and I are in 305, immediately across the hall. Go this way. Yes. So everything is inside except I
just want to reference this really quick. I looked up a law site here, and it's a criminal law group, and it's out of the state of Washington. Obviously, we know this call was in the state of Washington. It says 3 ways police can enter your home, can legally enter your home in Washington. And I'll just read this really quick, and you can make your determination. Entering in an emergency, first and foremost, emergency situations are a bit of a gray area when it comes where the police simply have to show the court after the fact and entering your home as warranted. An example of this could be if police try to stop a vehicle, the driver decides to run from an officer, and then the driver gets out and runs into a home. The police will be able to get into the home because they are pursuing the driver, even though there would be no time to take any official steps to getting permission to advance. It says here, getting a warrant. The permission referenced above is simply a warrant, which can be given out by a judge. In most cases, when the police want to go into someone's home, they will present the evidence, and they have to get to the judge. The judge will then decide if there's probable cause for a warrant. If it is granted, then the police are allowed to enter the home in order to execute the warrant in accordance with the restrictions and the documentation. Getting your consent, and that's what they did here, to get consent, obviously, into the neighbor's apartment to be able to use it for staging. They knocked on the door. The person at the home gave them consent. So it's getting your consent. Finally, the police always do have the option to ask you or someone who lives in the home for their consent to enter. You do not have to provide it if you don't want to, but they are likely to ask. Remember that they can also ask roommates or family members. So there may be other ways to get inside the home, even speaking to you personally. If you find others facing serious charges, you need to know about your legal offenses. So I'm not sure how this is all going to wash out. Did they ask permission to the roommates? I believe they did. So that would give them access, but we're hearing something about a warrant from what I'm hearing right now too. So interesting.
maybe snipers up on the hillside to try to see in through the windows. Yes. And so we need Ego on the hallway side and marksman on the parking lot side. We have the shields here, so bring some entry tools just in case. But yes, you're correct. Thank you. Bye. Not yet.
Okay, I haven't, so
When yeah.
let me know when you're ready for me.
Okay. Would you agree, Wade, or do you think we can start before that?
I would prefer to have an Ego team ready.
Yep.
Be right back.
Thank you, but not right now.
Here, moving into the hallway. Just far along.
And again, there will be many criticisms of this. I mean, this will be looked over back and forth, up and down for probably a year, years. And I'll call it. If I think there's an opportunity, I will call it out.
Darcie, what branch? You still there?
Yeah.
No, I was asking, I'm just curious.
Hey, who's asking if you were?
Oh, sorry. What was that?
I was just curious what branch you are.
Oh, Army.
Nice. After this is done, I'll teach you how to make fun of the Air Force.
I was gonna say the boots are clean, so you should. The boots aren't clean, so you should know what Air Force.
Six, seven, 6 o'clock. Together, they can maybe put like man shop or something and see if they can get a visual. While we're waiting on.
I'm having them keep pedestrians out of that area of the parking lot.
Never mind.
Go ahead.
I gotta go to this.
Copy. I do. What's suspect's full name?
I don't know. He didn't have it. So
What do you have?
his name is Brent.
Brent.
His phone number. And then he has one rifle. That's all that he knows. Doesn't know a type.
Age.
I don't know that either.
I guess it's wrong. Like he was seeing shit.
I'm gonna call.
Maybe we can search his phone number.
He should be attached to the call by now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check on that.
I don't know what his name is.
Well, we don't either. Hello, this is Ruben Harris. So have you identified somebody in the apartment named Brent?
So it sounds like a Brent Kopacka. We've had issues with him at that residence, same apartment previously.
This is the phone number.
I have a phone number for him, and I did run him. He does have.
Is it a 430 number?
It is 208.
Just a second.
So if you didn't hear, they said that we've had previous incidents at that apartment with him. So just want to make that clear. We'll keep playing. The dispatcher said we had previous issues with him at that apartment. So it seems like I had a little bit of a track record here. All right, let's keep playing.
Another possible number would be 208. 618 11 15. Got it. And what's the spelling of his last?
King Ocean Paul Adam Charles King Adam.
King Ocean Paul Adam Charles King Adam.
Yeah.
So what was the nature of his involvement?
So he's the subject of a welfare check, sick person, suspicious of normal behavior, suicidal behavior. I'm not sure which call. Ashley said that he was the subject in a call where he was throwing furniture out of a hotel.
Okay.
And some of the calls have been in Pullman, some have been in Moscow.
Any arrests?
Not that I see here.
See if there's a call like
Yep.
probably September, October.
So that's a very important part of what I wanted everybody to hear. I think that's started about the 47-minute mark in the video. So if you want to go back and reference that, it's about the 47-minute, 46-minute mark in the video. And I find that fascinating. And that's something that I want to follow up and look into and see if we can find any of those other incidences. All right, let's keep playing through here.
So, sorry, say that again, Wade.
Was there a call of them?
Just a second. I'm trying to relay a question from Wade.
Was there a call with them in the vicinity of Layton, Maine, probably September? So I think it would have been Kermer, Humphrey, and Romero responded.
So Layton, Maine, maybe in September.
And let you all know right now, Idaho 4 is trending on Twitter. Idaho 4 right now is trending on Twitter. And I'm looking through these feeds, and literally these people are going back and watching Grub Truck videos. That's what they're talking about today. Unreal. I see another one here. Oh, there was an update 2 hours ago from the Gonzalez family page. It said, I wanted to address and it's on their YouTube page, and I want to make sure that this goes out here because I strongly feel and stand behind this action and this wording. I'm gonna pull this up right now so you all can see this. So breaking news, there's been a statement from the Gonzalez family page. You know, I got into a big riff about this before with people like, oh, they don't do anything on that page. They do. Christy is actively involved in this page. I'm going to pull this up. And this was posted 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago on the Gonzalez family page, Facebook page, that I wanted to address a YouTube video brought to my attention today by a foreign creator who claimed to have received death threats due to his content. While I initially tried to be helpful, it seems he claims may have been a ploy for attention. We support all the victims associated with the 1122 King Road residents. We have been threatened, but not by any of our girls' college friends. Individuals like this grifter tarnish and reputation of the honest YouTubers, and the manipulative attempts to exploit victims' families should be condemned. Despite our family's stance against baseless counts, he turned vague words around into create controversy. Twisting victims against themselves is unacceptable, and we want to be clear and stand united with all the victims in this case. And I wanted to make this very clear to all you, my friends. To all you, my friends. You know this from the start when I started to present this case and tried to keep the most relative updated information. And I say this a lot in all of these cases. I want to be very serious about this. To all of the creators out there, please be aware, you are talking about dead people. You're talking about people that you don't know. You're talking about people that you would never have any personal connection with, and you never know who is watching. These families watch these streams. These families know what we're talking about. And I urge all of you in your presentations, and I understand conspiracy and controversy brings in a lot of people because they want to watch that crap. Okay. I've tried to be extremely honest here on my channel. I get it. I have 38 people watching right now. I know if a conspiracy channel spun up one of their streams right now, they'd probably pull in 200 or 300 people. I get that. I call those people bottom feeders. Those are bottom feeders. Those are people that don't want truth. Those are people that want to spin lies and conspiracy and blame victims' families, blame the victims, blame the witnesses. That's not what I do here. And that's why I want to make it very, very clear. And I've said this before. I cannot say something about a victim, a family, their community, and that I don't feel true in my heart and feel good at the end of the night and lay down in my head on my pillow in my bed that's literally right there and feel good about that. So you never know. And I'm gonna be also very weary, put up probably a warning out there as well too. Be careful what you say, because these families might spin up a public what's the word I'm looking for? A lawsuit in the end. So be very, 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 careful in what you say, and stay away from the conspiracy. I get it; it gets you a lot of clicks and views, but you know what? I urge you. Once these cases conclude, I know you've based your channel off Idaho the whole last year, and it's people continue to watch the garbage that you spin. Where are you going to be? Where are you going to be after this all concludes and we finally get justice for these victims? Where are you going to be? What's the next one that you're going to move on to? I'm sure you're going to be pulling your hair out if you have any hair. Where do I go from here? That's why I urge, pick up some other cases, look into them, do the real work, put in the public records request, get the truth out there. Stuff like this, it really hurts these families, and it's garbage. You don't know these people. And I guarantee you, if they're standing in front of you, you wouldn't say it, because you know why? They'd punch you in the face. They'd probably punch you in the face. So be careful. Be careful what you say, because it's not cool. I wouldn't want that said about me, and I wouldn't want it said about my family. Would you want that said about your family? Would you want that said about your dead daughter, your relative, your neighbor, your friend, your confidant? Think about those choices. I've had a friend that's been murdered. I've been through it. It's not fun. And it still weighs on me all these years later. It still weighs on me all these years later. All right, let's keep moving forward with Brent Kopacka part 2. I want to try to get through this. All right.
Was there a call with him?
He had 3 calls in September: a welfare check, a suspicious, and a vehicle prowl. One was Tokyo Soul. I'm guessing that's the one you're thinking of. Male flagged down to RP. Male said he's having a mental health emergency. Friend stuck in a sewer.
That's it, yeah.
Asking for law enforcement.
Yep.
Like he was transported.
Thank
He
you.
had a crowbar or some other tool.
Thank you. So that helps us confirm that it is who Wade thinks it is. Oh, I think that's all for now. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bye.
Yeah, so that one, he was full on hallucinating, like he thought his buddy was down in the sewer grate.
We do.
You have one?
Yep.
That'd be stellar. Much better makeshift shield together. I swear it's from like each department.
Hey, can you see if that guy has any like emergency contact information, like family or anything like that? I'm just trying to get some more information about him.
That's what I was saying. Defamation lawsuits. Just be very careful. Very, very, very careful. All right, let's keep playing through. I'm going to just duck out for a second. I'm really hungry here, so I'm going to eat really quick. We'll continue to play through. I'm just going to have my camera off. I want to try to get through this in the next half an hour. I do have some personal things I need to get to today before tonight's stream. Oh, by the way, tonight's stream, I'm going to have Tom, CPU, on the channel that is an expert advocate for the Karen Reed case. And we're going to be discussing all things Karen Reed tonight. You're not going to want to miss that. Tom's an awesome guy, and I'm looking forward to that. I dropped the link so you can put in the reminder for that. And then on the 20th, Turtle Boy is going to return to LTL True Crime Podcast. We're going to have an amazing follow-up stream with him. But tonight, we will talk all things Karen Reed as well. And I'm very, very excited about that. Okay, let's keep playing through. I'm just going to eat really quick. I'm going to be off camera, but I will be here. So keep continuing the chat. Love it. Talk to you soon.
So Boyd and Petlovny are coming to us. Good. I asked them to announce. We'll see what they do. Sorry, go again. .447 has the info, and 446 is with us with info for negotiation. I think you can holster for a bit if you want.
How far are we from his apartment?
Across the hall. Yeah. So the door that Wade is looking at is his front door. The way it's laid out, most of the apartment is to the left of that door.
Okay. Should I, if I'm gonna call him on the phone, should I go elsewhere? So he can't hear.
There's pluses and minuses to both. So, I'm gonna defer to Eagle on that one.
Is he coming here?
Not yet. He's gathering info at the station at the moment. So the only person dedicated to patrol right now is Holden.
Okay.
Correct.
I think so.
Yeah, because Westerman, Shane, and you are here.
Okay.
Hello, this is Ruben.
Hi, Ruben. I just left the station with my stuff and I'm headed towards you.
So maybe you could contact records, but the only person dedicated to patrol at this moment is Humphrey. So if we have one or two people available to come in to be available for everything else, that would be awesome.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
I'll get a hold of them. And you guys are where are you guys actually staged at?
So right now, Wade and I are in 305 across the hall from the target.
Okay. And snipers were asking me, the 311, is it viewable from the Sellas parking lot?
From that direction, yes, but I'm not sure precisely.
Okay. And where do you have Kayla at for negotiations?
Right now, she's in the same apartment with me.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
What's his name? He has that guy on his Facebook, so let's go for it. Phone number. Okay. 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 Thank you. I did not see anything, so he was the third email. Okay, I've already tried to get a hold of him.
I'm guessing when Pat Loveman said they're on their way to us, that's from the station.
Yeah. Hey, Roxy, care if I could steal a glass of water? Water for now, thanks, though.
I'll take your spot.
Thank you.
Okay, so what we're going to see here to the left, that's Brent's front door to the apartment. You have a chair that has a bulletproof vest that's just behind it, protecting between the door and the officer. So if there was any shots from inside the apartment coming out, they would at least have a chance to protect themselves.
So there's a.
Quick line on branching. What's your goal?
Is someone on your side? Didn't see where they are the other roommates.
Engineers, I suppose. Engineers, schools, infantry, but they're also smarter, so. That's what I
It
did.
sounds like there's a possibility one of them needs to stay away from.
Buddy of mine from OCS was armor. Top up, brother.
Is there a chance? No, but you can't come back yet. So is Christian in there? Okay. And I tried to get a hold of him. He hasn't called me back, so I appreciate it. It could. You could. Sorry, find somewhere else to stay. Okay, I gotta go.
Wait, how many people live there?
So the total of 3 people that live there or 4? Total of 3. And so one other person is for sure out. Who's the other person?
We got a young black male out of the apartment.
You what? So Christian and Brent Lee. Okay, and you don't know if Christian is out or not. You think he's in his room?
Who is Christian?
A roommate.
What does he look like?
What's Christian look like? He's black.
We got him out.
Okay, he's out. Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay.
That's him.
Yep.
Okay. All right, he's out, so don't worry about that. Thank you. Bye. Cool. He must have just walked out.
What's that?
Where was Christian coming from?
No, we went.
No, we went and got him.
Oh, well,
So, Aaron,
Mhm.
if for some reason we all go into the apartment, did you see the floor plan over there?
no.
Good. Negative. I've just been.
I
seeing
don't know
people
if I'm
to
the most
area that are
underrated.
way top.
It's lots of things. I appreciate that. It's very nice. I just think that there's lots of things that I can learn from. There's a lot of frustrating things. And again, I talked about this, the whole conspiracy angle. I think if I had more of that in my channel, it would attract more people, but it's just not who I am. And I know that my approach pisses off a lot of people, and that's why a lot of people, they won't talk about me, but they just won't come to this channel. And I wish we had chats that were 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people deep, and maybe someday we'll get there, but I just need to work at it and figure it out. And I'm going to start working with some other creators that I respect. I've been reaching out. Obviously, we've done a couple shows with Turtle Boy. Tom will be here tonight. I've just recently reached out to the Glarer. I enjoy his content, so I'd love to do something with him. And again, that certain sect of creators are really deep into Karen Reed. So sometimes I'll be honest, I feel a little bit left behind because I haven't delved into it. I know the basics of things to talk about. I'm still learning a lot about the case, but their channels are really imbrued in that case, and I want to learn more about it. I got really deep into Chelsea's case, and we will continue to follow that. Now I'm kind of diving deep into TPG. I have a great source that's getting the information. Oh, by the way, Anthony's supposed to have his hearing today at 11:30 Pacific time. So I'll get you some updates on that. Chelsea's a very personal case to me. There's just not any new information on that. We're trying to get more stuff. Carrie reached out to Phoenix the other day. The reason that our stuff has been held up because they're processing a lot of information right now. So it's frustrating. It's a waiting game. We were lucky enough to get this, to be the first people to get this out on the internet. It's just trying to figure out how to get these things to perform a little bit better. I would have thought, I dropped Brent Kopacka, Pullman, Washington Bodycam video yesterday. I have 500 views on it. I don't get it. This is the thing that everybody wanted to see. And it's just, it's not getting the hits that I want, but it's there. If people want to watch it, it's there. But, it's just been that trying to navigate through this. And maybe, there's some certain things that I can talk to some about behind the scenes to some of these bigger creators and say, how do I do it? How do I get to that level? How do I start pushing myself harder and learning more and exposing this channel more and getting it out there? This is my dream. It's my passion to do this. And, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot from it. And I'm not the best creator, but I do my best around and try to keep things honest, and I still have a lot of things to learn, but I appreciate that. And I appreciate everybody being here and the support. It really does mean a lot. It's very fun for me, and it's a passion, and I give it my all and try my best. And in times that, I want to give up, I have so many people that email me, and I got your emails from last night. I was burnt out last night. I just couldn't do it. And I tried twice. And I reached out to a few people and said, I think I'm just going to quit. And they're like, don't quit. Keep going. It'll happen. It will happen. So there's many times that people along their dream and their passion that they want to quit. They want to give up, and you can't. You know, I've invested so much time into doing this and improving. You know, we've gone back and watched the first stream that I ever did. It was fucking terrible. And you look at where you are and where you are, you know, where you came from. And, you know, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I try to just give you my basic interpretation of what's going on. And people want to come here for that. And I find that pretty cool. And I just try to give a space here that people can come to and express themselves and feel good about it. And look, there's probably a lot of things you will agree with, and there's probably a lot of things you won't agree with me. But that's our right. That's our right to do that and have this common space to discuss those things. And, you know, I don't hear that a lot about out here in these other chats and from what I see. And, you know, I want to just make my space a little bit different. And if I can help someone, you know, we've done charity work here too. I want to start trying to do more of that. So, you know, I have things planned. I do have things planned, but it just takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Some of these people have had their channels around for a long time. I wouldn't really want my channel to go extremely viral because usually channels like that, they peak and then they just burn out and people forget. So I digress. We'll just move on, try to get through this last half hour and let you all enjoy your lunch for today because I do have some personal things that I need to do today. All right, here we go.
So is that two rooms? So front door is here. Mm-hmm. There's an angled wall to a bedroom here. Gotcha. So A bedroom, B bedroom, C bedroom. I think this
Thanks, Hot Pink. I appreciate it.
Person
trying to do our best.
Christian's room. So blackmail and dog came out of that room. Suspect I saw in this area, and he went into C. There's another door here that I believe is a bathroom.
Okay, so he knows we're here.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't realize. I'm gonna call a friend that reported him as suicidal in March.
Okay.
See if I can get him.
No, wasn't that Kopacka? I mean, Koberger, right? Koberger was a rapper.
Assuming the inside looks a lot like this, where there's nothing in the way or anything.
Yeah, the kitchen and central area are pretty wide open.
We are forced to go for whatever reason. I'm going to throw that chair and shield to the left.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Hey, this is Aaron. This is Officer Nixon with the County Police Department. Hi, I'm calling about my friend Brent. When is the last time you talked to him?
Hello. Okay, so I'm gonna go out to the stairwell adjacent to it and send a laser your way in a little bit. But it's the third floor, and from your perspective, it's going to be just to the right of the correction. It's going to be just to your left from the stairwell on the right. So the stairwell that's further towards the north. But I'm going to go out. I'm gonna go out and send you a laser from my taser. Just a second.
From my taser.
Okay, I'm gonna go by to the left. To the left.
Oh, we got video again. Kopacka's apartment. So that was Kopacka's apartment on the left. On the right, you can see the chair, the shield, and his door at 311.
Okay, I'm gonna go by to the left.
But another 20 minutes here, and we'll wrap this up. Oh, another interesting perspective. We didn't see this yesterday.
You still with me?
I think that's
So the
laser
target
shining.
apartment is right here.
That corner?
Yep.
Okay, we got it.
And it's pretty big, so there's going to be a couple sets of windows, and I think there's like a balcony door or something.
Yeah, I can see the balcony door and one other bedroom window over here, like on the, yeah, we got it.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Hello? Hey.
I am checking in to confirm a couple things.
Okay.
Do we have adjoining apartments that cleared already?
As far as we know, yes. There's multiple that appear vacant, and there was no answer, but we've tried below and all around.
And do we have contact phone numbers and try to call them?
Yes. Yes.
The crime that the crime we have is crime.
Yes, at minimum was felony harassment stating a plan to kill.
Okay. What's your guys' plan as far as options?
So I need to get an emergency team in place before I can start really planning. So right now I'm waiting for SWAT to actually get here because right now I am the emergency team.
All right. I am thinking that command post wise for us to set up instant command, I think these are good things that we have to do in the car in the parking lot.
Yeah, or you could do it in the first floor hallway, but the PD's fine too.
Closer or farther?
Probably closer, but I'm going to defer to Ingle on that. So if they'd rather be at the PD out of the weather, I'm good with that. I'm going to let him choose where he wants to be. We'd be running the risk of bullets coming through the wall. Okay.
So let me get a hold of Chris and I'm going to tell him I'll talk to him and see if we're going to just set him up there.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.
You said when he
I mean, for me, I don't think that I'd be standing outside a wall like that. You know, like outside that door, just kind of opening the wall, knowing that someone potentially could have a rifle behind those walls. Oh, 23 more minutes. We'll get through this. No one has talked to him yet. Just the initial come out with your hands up. They did enter the apartment in the first video. We saw that. I don't know why it was essentially redacted in the second one. I think because the second officer had probably more of a view of the inside of Brent's apartment. So they want to keep that redacted for whatever reason. And I know there'll probably be a lot of criticism about that, a lot of criticism about these redactions, but it is what it is. We have the video, we're hearing the audio. It's what Pullman was told to do, and this is all we can get. So they haven't made any contact with him yet. I think that it just was the first initial knock, entered. They got the 2 roommates out. They spoke to Brent and excuse me. And I'm sorry, I didn't speak with Brent. They just made the all come out with your hands up call. So we'll keep playing through.
That's smart. No, I did. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you did that. Has he told you how he was going to kill himself?
Go.
All right. Do you think he would hurt anybody?
Copy. Send us a flashlight signal when you get close. We're in 305.
Okay. Has he ever? Do you know if he's ever threatened to shoot anybody? People change, yeah. Okay. Has he ever talked about his roommates to you? Okay. When did you get back? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's really odd. I think it's just more just like you said, Danielle, I think that, it's probably in all points. I think it was probably the most talked about thing that day. So a lot of people knew about it.
What's his pickup look like? Do you know? Okay. Fair enough. Okay. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else I
I mean, you got to think this situation started on the 17th, it ended on the 16th, and Koberger left on the 17th. So it was pretty well talked about. I mean, it was a big event. You got to think, and you're going to see that, through this video. A lot of people were talking about this. It was a big, big event. Tragic.
Has he talked about what kind of guns he has? Okay. Understand. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. Does he work? Does he have a job?
He just said moving out.
Okay.
15 more minutes.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you talking to me. Can I call you back if I have any more questions? Okay. Thank you. All right. Bye.
My plan for JRD was going to be in the parking lot if necessary.
Copy. I'd like Ego in place before JRD comes into the parking lot.
Jordan says he thinks his room is B.
That's the one that Christian came out of.
He's not very helpful. So, did you hear my conversation with the friend?
Not really.
So he was Army 82nd Airborne. He got injured. Would you like me to go down there?
Just like,
Okay, that answered a question because I was talking to AZ the other night, one of my mods, and we were talking about. He said, I think I heard Kopacka got an injury when he was over serving. And I said, I don't know. I think this is just all PTSD related. They just confirmed on the video that he was injured. Now, I'm not sure if it's a brain injury, and maybe someone can clear that up. Does anybody know if Kopacka got a brain injury? If it was a brain injury, this would lead to a lot of the tendencies that are going on here, along with the PTSD. You know, I think that this is a guy that was just completely dropped, either one, through the system of the VA, or two, never got the appropriate care, which led to this situation. But that was something that we were debating. And I said, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. But they said that he was injured. And I know in the obituary, it doesn't say he was injured. It just said of PTSD, a victim of PTSD. Interesting.
got it.
Would you like me to?
I can't remember either,
down there?
Janet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can move that here. I'll take a picture really quick.
I think I remember watching that a long time ago, but listen, we watch so many cases and filter so much information that sometimes, you know, we just forget. It's just not at the top of our head. Mary says, I think on his bitch said that it was obituary, said it was a TB. I don't think it says traumatic brain injury. I read it the other day. It just said a victim of PTSD. Let me just check real quick to get some clarity on that. It says, it is with great sadness that our beloved son, Brent Lee Kopacka, went to heaven on December 15, 2022, as a result of a traumatic brain injury. Okay, I'm sorry. Sustained in combat in Afghanistan, which led to a 16-year ongoing battle with severe PSD. I stand corrected. I come corrected. It was. Thank you. I appreciate that. Again, we tend to forget these things sometimes because we're filtering so much information. But it was a brain injury, and you know, I'm just wondering if this is just a guy that unfortunately slipped through the cracks of the VA, and many of our veterans do. They don't get the appropriate care, which is very sad. You know, people that illegally enter our country get more than our veterans that go to serve, and that's extremely sad. It's almost a disgusting situation, and I'm just wondering if Brent never really got the ongoing care that he needed. And obviously, this led him to probably a lot of the thoughts and a lot of the language that came out of his mouth, and a lot of the thoughts that led up through the through this day. So, all right, let's continue here.
Yep.
Actually, I'll take a picture of that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So he, again, this is the front door. In case you guys need to know at some point.
Hey, I'm wrong too.
Here. I saw his back in the side. I did not see
I
his
forget
hands or
things.
weapon.
I'm old.
And he walked into C.
Okay.
And then we got Christian out of here, and then we got up.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Wade, Kayla's going to move behind you. Affirm. She just left. She's on her way.
Wade, I'll keep you on point for just a couple minutes. Everybody fall in here. Come on in. Got more?
Yeah, take some more. You also want to take Wade's spot?
Not yet, because I want to give you guys a little bit of info. Wade, back in. Or no, not yet.
That's good.
Okay, real quick. Suspect's first name is Brent. I've got probable cause for felony harassment at least and attempted murder at most. He was pacing the apartment with a firearm and said he was going to shoot his roommates in 5 minutes. So Wade and I went in there. I saw him. He's about Wade's height, thin, gray sweatshirt, white male. He should be the only person in there. So I saw his back and his side. I did not see his hands or a weapon. And he went into bedroom C. I don't have any idea where he's at in the apartment now. But we got a roommate out of another bedroom and then we backed out. So the first victim that called us self-evacuated from A. We got another roommate out of B and suspect walked into C. So these are 3 bedrooms. I didn't really get the bedrooms on here. This is the front door. So front door swings open to the right. There's a wide open area, kind of like this, only a lot bigger. Bedroom on the right, and then forward across the room, bedroom, and I believe it's a bathroom, but we didn't really get there.
Do you know if it's open?
They're
There was
looking at
not
that
much
sketch
furniture
that he
in
made
there. It
earlier.
was kind of open like this. Anything else, Wade?
I think that pretty well covers it.
Is there anyone who's down the hall that way?
Army.
So,
Or is there anything down the hall that way?
so
To
to the left is a stairwell, and then immediately to our left on this side of the hall, there was no response, appears vacant. No response, appears vacant. What happened downstairs?
No response, appears vacant.
So, and so this is the gentleman that let us in here is ROTC, and he's the only person we're protecting.
Is there anyone at the end of the hall if he cuts up and
Copy,
runs?
tick code.
Is my question that way?
Right now, no.
Firearms that we know of.
So one roommate described him pacing with a rifle, and the other roommate said he had a handgun and he's been acting weird for a while. That's all I know.
The first roommate looked at my rifle, said it's not like this, but definitely rifle. Held his hands about probably 30 inches apart.
So as far as his capability, he was Army 82nd Airborne, injured in an explosion, had surgery on his back, and a bunch of alcohol and other problems since then.
Okay, we're getting the skinny here. Let's go back a little bit here. I want to hear that again. Let's hear. So this is interesting. We didn't hear this in the first video, remember? So we're getting that second view, and we're being able to hear some of the other conversation that was going on. So let's play that again. Very interesting stuff here.
Pacing with a rifle, and the other roommate said he had a handgun and he's been acting weird for a while. That's all I know.
The first roommate looked at my rifle, said it's not like this, but definitely rifle. Held his hands about probably 30 inches apart.
So as far as his capability, he was Army 82nd Airborne, injured in an explosion, had surgery on his back, and a bunch of alcohol and other problems since then. Was that for me?
No. All right.
Wade, are you good staying here?
I can go
A lot of
Ray, I'll have you move
self-medicating.
up to Wade's, when we were done playing, you move up to Wade's spot. Love, I want you primary to be hands if he comes out compliant. And then also like breaching for some reason if we need to go in there, like.
Door code?
FYI. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ruben.
So feel free to breach the door. If you end up using the door code for some reason, it is.
Sorry, say again?
Now, just for your planning, we have an emergency barricade shield up here.
I
It's
see
not
that.
eyeball.
So Bray, if he steps out into the hallway, you can round the corner, so give Love room to get out there. That way, if he takes off running with nothing in his hands, we're gonna chase him. With something in his hands, we're gonna let that sit for now until we set somebody else on the other stairwell. I'm not sure if that's what you want to do next.
I wanted to get ego in place first, and then I can start thinking bigger. Okay. So snipers are out; they know which windows are his. Go ahead. Copy. Not yet. Alex.
Yep.
Would you like a 40 for somebody?
I can take one. I got no job. Drum.
Okay.
You want a taser or 40?
I'd rather have both, but.
I'll bring you a 40.
Excellent.
Any other plans? He comes out, call him Bray. Bray, you're gonna have to be command just because you're the only ones to be able to see him at first. If we, for some reason, like they shot him or something like that, and we felt like we need to go in and do a, what is it now?
The door is currently unlocked, but I don't know. You can probably lock it.
So Wade, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like most of the apartment was to the left of the front door.
We want to put the blanket over the door.
I believe there's an entry. There's probably an entry closet like this one,
Or
I guess,
a
and then
chair. I mean, we could put it over something.
Because there seems to be enough room on that wall for likely an entry closet.
Love, if he comes out, where do you want to hang? You want to call him down, like, crawl in front of here?
Is there a reason why you can't come in here?
Well, we got a civilian in here.
So keep in mind he's the only person, and the reason I mentioned that is if you got him out in the hallway and got him prone, it might be best to go get him rather than give him an opportunity to change his mind.
Okay, so let's I want to get one thing clear. If he comes out with a firearm, are we dumping him?
So
if he presents a threat,
he's.
If we got attempted murder.
So
you're saying if he flees us.
So I'm confused about the question.
If he comes out with a firearm, I mean, if it's pointed to the ground, I'm probably not going to do anything.
Right.
If he runs away, what are we doing?
So we need to. I want to get. The next thing is to get somebody in that stairwell so that we have everything covered. So we should have enough people that we're not shooting him to apprehend him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't shoot him to apprehend him, but to stop him from shooting other people.
Yes. So
Heidi's writing a warrant. Is the warrant just for felony harassment? I'm assuming not murder.
Likely, yes.
So my saying, like, getting the firearm, making those statements, pacing around the apartment, in my opinion, you could make an argument that he's taking a substantial step to be ready to do that. But I also realize that that's going to be a stretch at this point.
Kind of going off Ray's question, do we want anybody downrange then?
Down the stairwell.
We need around cover.
So I wouldn't want anybody on this floor, but in the stairwell down below. Where's Pet Lovney?
He's in the truck.
At the truck.
Which is
Sun rental.
okay. What do you think about Mike and Wade in the stairwell?
Mike's on light duty.
Oh, that's right.
I'm good, but it's just me, so send me somebody else, please.
So not yet.
We got Derek coming still.
You did it in that, yeah.
All right, let's that blanket up.
Yeah.
What's up?
Blanket?
Josh, you want to take Wade's spot? Yeah.
I guess I'm kind of with Ray's question. If he flees with a firearm, we either need to shoot him or chase him.
Yes.
So that retract my previous non-chasing statement. We need to apprehend him and stop him.
Yes.
Yeah, we should be able to see that. I think we're going to be able to see that.
Yes.
Do you want to go get a 40 and bring it back for Ryan?
How about I grab 2, and then if I get one more body, I can wait in that stairwell to relieve.
Perfect.
Okay.
So Josh, Wade's going to come out behind you and go to the right.
Excuse me.
You want to secure the people? There, got duct tape?
Yes, a little bit, not a lot.
Go to secure the people.
Gary does.
Mr. Resident, do you have a Post-it note?
I'm in the other room now.
Okay.
Get some Post-it notes. I got duct tape.
Either or.
A little like 1 by 1 of duct tape, probably best.
About another 3, and then we're going to wrap this up.
Open the door as much as I must be in the other room. But let's
Okay.
wall.
Strip off there.
Well, I think we got it. Thank you. Is that working?
Hey, Bray. I'll step up to the door. People.
Another look down that hallway. The chair in front of Brent's door with that protecting our shield.
All right. Contingencies.
Alex,
Yeah.
do you want SWAT to switch to TAC?
Do you want SWAT to switch to tech?
I don't have a preference. I think primary is fine.
I think it's fine too, as long as they stay out. The radio traffic remains the same, pretty much our air.
Yep. Everything else is on Sierra. And I'm going to go to the command post.
All 13, 405.
Just hold. Aaron, start talking to him because he's command. So if you got this, I'm going to command post.
Yeah. Where are you gonna end up, I think?
I don't know yet.
We're gonna remain tactical command.
Yes. Four zero two.
Another minute.
Emergency teams are in place, and I'm coming to you.
And that's it. That is it. That is part 2. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is just make sure I thank everybody today that came in and out of the stream. I know it's not normally a time that I stream at here during the day, but I wanted to make sure that I got this out of the way for you all. Tonight, I will be back at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk with Tom CPU about the Karen Reed case. At some point, probably most likely on Sunday night, I'm going to go through the Brent Kopacka case file. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but we can pick through it. That's 75 pages long, and we can look at the call report as well. Part 2 will be released at 5 p.m. this afternoon without my commentary. So I'll put that out there. And then again, I'll be back tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank all the subscribers, members that came in today and watched the live stream. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the donations that came in through Buy Me a Coffee. If you want to make a last minute donation, you can. I'll drop the link here in a second. Just give me 2 seconds. If you want to make a last minute dono, you can here to help. I appreciate it. Again, lineup is starting to look like tonight, Tom CPU. On the 20th, I'll have Turtle Boy back here live on the show. We're going to talk Karen Reed as well. Just keep push forward with this case. We are expecting document dumps every Tuesday. So we'll see what comes through and what comes next as far as body cam footage. And we'll continue to work through that behind the scenes. I have some personal time that I need to take care for a few hours, and then I have to get back here and get together and work on a presentation for tonight's show with Tom. So I'm going to take probably about 2 hours this afternoon, do some personal things. I literally got home from the gym at 10. I haven't even showered yet, so I'm going to go do that right now, and then head off and do some personal things this afternoon, and then come back and work a little bit on the presentation again for tonight. So I hope everybody can make it tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The tile is already up, so you can just join us then. I hope everybody has an amazing day. I'll see you all soon. Thank you all for being here. Cindy, thank you for becoming a member over at Buy Me a Coffee. I appreciate that. And everybody, take care. See you soon. I'll see you tonight. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.